Well, good morning. Um, Coming back on today to talk about a few things. And this all correlates, so this will be my second episode of Life After Love and Loss. And I thought today would be a good day to talk about anxiety. As I have said in my previous post, I have 4 children, and every one of them is different. And after losing my husband 3 years ago, last week was the anniversary of his passing. So we find ourselves more anxious before that time comes, during that time, and after that time. All of us handle anxiety differently. All of us deal with our sadness or our how we just get through the day, how we get through the week, how we interact with each other. And so I thought it was a really good topic to talk about. What is anxiety? Well, anxiety can come from fear of the unknown, fear of what's going to happen, fear of dad's not home anymore. Some people hold it in, some people talk about it. I am more of one person who talks about it, wants to get it out there. And then, as I said before, I am a Christian woman, so some things I will bring up from my faith and how I deal with it, because I believe my faith is what's got me through all of these years. And watching videos and just my training as a life coach and how I am going to deal with the unknown, what's going to happen tomorrow that can cause anxiety, right? There's so many things that can cause anxiety. I did write some notes down about it because as every age difference, there's a different way of handling it. My older children, I can handle that talk with them because I've been through it at their age, how I got myself through it, just my own experiences, and then also going to my Bible, learning what I should be doing, what can help me get through this. And I'm not a licensed therapist. I am a certified life and wellness coach. So I do have experience in learning this, and I have the experience of living it, right? So anxiety can be caused by fear is one of the biggest ones. So fear can hold us back in so many different ways of how we talk to people. Do we hold in conversations that probably should be talked about, but we don't? Some people are more open about it, and some people are very closed off about it and doesn't want to talk about it. Well, and to be honest, I believe the more you talk about it, the easier you will get through it. The more you suppress it, the more it's going to come out in so many different attitudes in your life, your personality. You will be more prone to anger. You will be more prone to short-tempered. You will feel rushed. You will put blame on yourself. And those are things that we need to work on, right? Fear is evil. Evil. I call it, and I'll liken it to Satan's having a huge party in your brain right now. He loves fear. He feeds off of fear. And when we are fearful, we're weak. And that's when he pounces on us. So I revert back to my scriptures. I revert back to my teachings, and not everybody has the same religion. So what I think or feel could be different than the way you were raised or how you handle things. And I think everybody has their own way of healing with this. But it's not quick. It's not a fast, quick fix. It is something you have to work on and work on. And as it says, is experience. So when Jesus was coming through, what did he experience? He lived a perfect life. Do we live perfect lives? No. We're just not made up that way. But Jesus was. And he was spat on. He was talked about. He was tortured. He was crucified. And so with his experience, we can go back, read about it, understand it. And this wasn't in a short time. This was his whole life. So we're going to go through all of that. We're going to handle all of this differently. But with all of that comes experience, and then how we can handle it and how we can deal with it. Every age is different. I'm older. I've had a lot more experience. I've dealt with death. I've dealt with loss. I've dealt with endings of relationships. I have dealt with the endings of friendships. But when you're young, you got a long ways to go. And that's fear in itself of all of that, fear of rejection. If I don't get here on time, this is gonna happen to me, or blah, blah, blah. And then when you're somebody who doesn't talk about it, how's anybody gonna know and be able to understand and help you through it? So I suggest talking, be vocal, find a therapist, find a life coach that can help you with the tools to get you through the hard times so that you can accept them, work towards finding relief, work towards finding tools to help you get through those times. And then it will get easier. It's never going to stop. There will always be there in the back of your mind. Like I said, when my husband passed away, my children were all different ages. So here I'm trying to help my children who are in their 30s. And then I'm helping one in her 20s. And then one at 13. 13 years of age, wow, they're already going through so many different issues of their life. Their hormone changes, being accepted at school, if you're involved in sports, do you have the right coaches that, I feel, as being a coach myself, you are a huge integral part of these teenagers' lives by giving them advice, by supporting them. Not by talking behind their back or threatening you're going to lose your spot if you don't come or this or that. And, like I said, some people don't like to talk about their private issues and they keep it to themselves. So how are they going to know? I feel that my own personal talk about it. I'm a talker, though. And then when we do get through this and we find the more experience we have with it, at the end of it, you can find hope. And then hope transcends to living your life to the fullest, being happy, loving one another, being able to be sympathetic, empathetic, forgiveness. When you've had a fight with a family member, you know that you are on two different wavelengths, but love is unconditional. And when you have that love in your heart and you can share that, and you're really strong with that, love can get you through so many different situations. And then when you're feeling through all of these parts, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for when you're going through that pain and you're lashing out and you're not in your own faculties. You need to go back and forgive yourself. Because we're human. We make mistakes. Love is so important. Share love with a stranger, with a friend, with a family member. Understand they're all going through their own circumstances too. And after loss, after losing your father, there's so many different changes that go through your life. I can't call my dad anymore. I'm excited about something. I can't call him. I can't tell him how happy I am or this or that. So you kind of revert to yourself. Like I said, I'm having to be mom and dad. And that's a big job. That's a big job to fill. But I'm here and I'm up to the challenge. So something that with being a Christian, forgiveness and giving that anxiety to God, give that to him. He wants us to give that to him. He wants us to talk to him every day. And if we don't, then where are we going to get ourselves? Nowhere. Because he wants you to rely on him. And he wants you to put that burden on him, for that's what he said. Give me your burden so I can make yours lighter. And I just think that, it will take a lot of being overwhelmed. Pray. So fear not, as I have redeemed you, I made you. That comes from Isaiah 43. When you pass through these waters, when you walk through fire, you will not burn, because I'm there with you. For I am your God, and I am there to take care of you. Give me your burdens. Accepting others as who they are. And just let the peace rule you. Sit down, take some breaths. Contemplate what's going on before you lash out. And realize, this isn't me. This isn't me. So there's so many things that, be humble, resist being proud. Humble yourself in front of God. Cast all your care and worries on him, because he does care about you. Jesus did his part. Now we have to do our part. You say, I can't do it. I don't know how to do it. Well, those are excuses. Throw those away. Throw them away. And instead try and say, I can do this. I can talk to you. I can put my heart in front of you. I can talk to you, talk to a friend, talk to a therapist. I'm going to let this go. I'm going to open up and I'm going to release what's burdening me. And then you're going to start feeling peace and joy. And isn't that what we want? And we want to be able to grow. To grow through these things in our lives can take a long time. I said it before, but it's the wisdom that we learn from the experiences we go through to help us get through it. And, Jesus learned that and taught us humility. Humility is required for us to live in peace and joy. So we want to get rid of our fears. Evil is the devil. Tell him, get out of my life. Get out of my head. Get out of there. For you are not going to have a party in my brain. I am good. For I have Jesus in my life, or I have whatever religious affiliation you have. The devil's not going to have a party in your brain. Your fears of rejection, well, that's you. You are in charge of that. Remember to hope, repent, and forgive yourself. For God, when you ask God to forgive you, you're already forgiven. Because Jesus did that for us. For the pain and suffering he went through was for us to be able to have that in our life and to be able to forgive ourselves. So, anxiety, we never know what tomorrow's going to bring. But we can choose to be happy. We can choose to be a blessing to others. We can choose to say nice things and be kind. Be a friend to somebody, even if it's a stranger. And then see how that makes you feel. And then that'll become a habit. And habits can be changed. Habits can be formed. And then what happens? We are creating a new way of life, a new way of thinking, a new way of getting that anxiety out of our body and out of our minds. And so today, I guess I just ask you, do something kind today. Because we never know what someone's going through. Be kind. Say a kind word. If there's somebody on the street holding a street sign, I'm hungry, maybe go buy him a sandwich. I don't always recommend giving money because I just think that, honestly, I don't know. If you have $1, give him $1. But in this ever-changing world, be that light, be that blessing to help people who are going through anxiety and stress and strife in their life. Be that blessing. And that's really all I have to say. And just, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope anything that I had to say could resonate with you. And I'll just leave it with this. Be a blessing. I love you all. Have a great day.